Hi there, this is Clyde. K1VSZ. All right, hi, good evening. This other video is focused on mobile operations. Now, some of you have worked on my mobile. I run a Yaesu 450 FT450D with a tire heel antenna, and over the years I've had some pretty wild mobile operations. But the first thing I want to tell you about is the present one I've got now. Now, this system that I use and work out of is a Yaesu. It's fairly new. It's the FT450D, and also I have a tire heel antenna that goes with it. Now, there's several other antennas that you can use for mobile. You get the hustlers, you get the ham sticks, but this excuse me, this tire heel antenna really works good. Now, I'm not sure exactly what the model of it is because part of the the labeling on the side of it is all worn off. When I bought it about 4 years ago, excuse me, I got asthma, so bear with me. Um, the so I know it's a 100 something, but I think it's the baby tire heel because it covers 80 through 6 meters. Works real good, by the way. The only thing about the tire heel antenna is once it's tuned on a particular frequency, I mean, it'll hear a little bit each side of the frequency. Like if you tune it on 20 meters, you can hear a little bit on 30, a little bit on 17, a little bit less on 15 and 40. And further away from that, you can't hear nothing. That's the only drawback. So if you want to, if you want to look around the other bands, you flip through the channel selector or the frequency selector on your mobile rig, whatever mobile rig you're using. It only hear that little narrow area. But that it's okay. It's okay. So, anyways, um, but the tire heel works really good. I mean, you get the remote control switch, and the way I've got it set up, it's it's a little bit opposite for the. I don't know. The guy who put it in, he didn't really listen to what I was telling him, so he just put the switch wherever was thought I should go and be happy with it. Well, it's okay. It's all right. So if I want to go like up and you know, if I want to go, yeah, if I want to go in higher in frequency, the switch I gotta push it down to go up in frequency. And if I want to if I want to go, if I want to go up in frequency, I have to push the switch so it goes like down. It's just I should be switching around, but it's okay. So confusing, You got to go down to go up and up to go down. A lot of things we know in life. Anyways, so I'm having a good night, by the way. Anyways, so and what I did is the tire heel antenna came with a 6 foot whip. I didn't want that whip on there, so I took it off. I got one of those CB antennas, 180-inch whips. Works pretty good too. I tell you, that thing's an eye turner, eye catcher, and a head turner. Let me tell you, people see that antenna and they like, wow, what the hell's that thing? You know, it turns a lot of heads. So I didn't get it for that, that's for sure. And it's a great antenna, and it's raining out or whatever, you're inside your warm car and you just flip the switch, go from one band to the other. Now, when you go to tune this thing and tune your rig too, most of your rigs today are all broadband, so you don't have to really fiddle around tuning them. The only thing you got to tune is the antenna tuner or thereabouts. So say I'm on 20 meters, and I want to go to 40 meters. And there's a couple of weird things about this, because when you're on, if you go from 20 meters to 40 meters, the thing is it's gets kind of a, I don't know, I can't really explain it. It's not like it's a wide bandwidth, because it isn't. It's in an area where you don't have to really tune very much. It's already tuned. So it'll, on the portion of the coil where it works on 20 meters, it'll work perfectly on 40 meters. They kind of interact on the other. But if you want to go 30 meters or 75 meters, that's a different story. Because if you go to transmit, and say you're on CW or phone, you key it, and this beep comes on. It tells you that it's out of tune, so you got to retune. So in order to get the max and resonance on that antenna, what I do is I put it on AM, and AM is it's 25 watts. So I put it on AM, and what I do is I turn the audio down just enough so I don't hear too much. So, and you key your microphone so that you don't pick up a lot of noise in the background. So you key your microphone, and as you get that switch on and you're tuning the antenna, you watch your SWR on the meter of that 450. So you key your microphone, key, and you hit that switch to make it go up or down, and you watch your meters. And when it gets to maximum, lowest SWR, you let it right off. So you go right back to upper sideband or CW or whatever, and you hit your tune button, and it'll retune it right to that segment of the band, and it works real good. It's the best antenna system I've ever had for a mobile. And let's see, that's basically what I wanted to tell you is how to tune that thing. It's a really fancy antenna tuner, antenna tuning system, and they're built like a battleship. They're really rugged, and when I say it's a head turner, it's a big, huge whip antenna, and you ought to hear the people's comments. Where do you get with that thing on there? What the hell is that? Is it a CB radio or something? No, it's not a CB radio. It's for ham, but I don't tell them it's ham. I'll say it's emergency communications, Vermont races. I'd say something like that, and right away they, oh boy, this guy's going to save the world, or something like that. So, anyways, that's what I tell them, anyways. When they see the whip antenna, the call sign, license plate number on the car, that sort of thing. So that's about what I want to tell you. Now, I want to give you a little bit of history on my mobile operations. Now, you can shut this video off if you want to hear the rest of it, but just want to give you some history. Back in the after I got my general class ticket back in '82, I wanted to go mobile. So what I did is I built myself my first mobile antenna, which is a bug catcher. It's back in the 80s, somewhere in QST back in the 80s, around 82 or so. There's 82, 83. There's an article in there about how to make your own bug catcher antenna, and it consists of it's a big long coil. Darn thing's about probably 3 feet long. It's about that big around, and it's got a wire for taps on it, for changing the bands. and it's all. I also had one of those CB metal whip antennas, 108-inch whip antennas on top of it. And on the base of that coil, I had a piece of water pipe. Oh, I think it was heavy as hell. Wish I'd used copper or something like something a bit lighter. But anyways, I had on a big double spring on the back of the bumper of the car, and that thing, and it worked pretty good. It worked pretty good. And I had a Heathkit HW8 QRP CW transceiver, and I used to use that on 40 and 15. Made a lot of contacts on 15 meters back then on that CW rig, and I tried going down the highway, sending Morse code. Yeah, they don't work very well. Let me tell you, it just don't. You go over a bump and it's like you got to hit an H. You know, whoops, it's freak that. Pull aside the road, get parked, then do your thing. So I had that for quite a few years, and that thing was a tall thing. That thing is a little bit taller than the Tar Heel. It's probably, I think the overall height was, I think it was around almost 11 feet tall. That thing was a, why, head turner. Oh, good God. Boy, everything was right up there. So I took that off, and I don't know I don't remember what I did with the darn thing. Did something with it. And then I got one of those Hustler mobile antenna systems, and that was good too. And the problem is with that, just like that big coil, if it rained or you had to go outside and change the taps on it. With a Tar Heel, you don't have to do that. You're all inside your nice warm car, see the microphone, hit the button to run it up and down, and the coil run up and down, tune for the lowest SWR, put it back on sideband CW, hit the tune button, bang, you're all set. Works really good. Works real good. So if you're gonna go mobile, that's the way to go. Go with a Tar Heel. I'm not saying the other companies are bad, but just for convenience, if you don't want to go out in the weather to change coils and stuff, that's the way to go. They're a little pricey, they're like $500 or better, and you can get them, and to the used for like maybe $300 to $500 or so. But you know, yeah, but they're really good. They're building a battleship. I highly recommend them. So, anyways, that's my tip for the day for mobile operation. I love going mobile operation, and well, I gotta leave you with another thought here. Now, when you're operating mobile, do not, I stress this, do not let on to anybody when you're doing mobile that you're mobile. Don't tell them that. So when you're in QSO, say, "Oh, the W1ABC, this is K1BZ," and you're talking, "Oh, you're 5'9", I'm in Fairleigh, Vermont, grid is FN33, and the weather is, and oh, I'm having such a great time here. We get snow on the ground, blah, 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 blah." So then the other guy's just getting ready to sign off. He said, "Well, I've got to go. My wife just came in. Got to let the dog out." "Okay, Frank. Well, thanks a lot. And, I'm glad you're talking because I wanted to find out how well my mobile system is doing. I just put this in here and I wanted to see how it's working. And it seems like it's working pretty good." And the guy comes back, "Oh, you're mobile? Holy Toledo, that's a great signal. Man, I never would have thought you was mobile. I thought you was a base station. Wow, you're 20 over S9. Okay, but the other side of the coin, you're going down the highway and you call CQ, somebody answers you, and you say, and after a while they tell them what they're running for, and you say, "Well, I'm running a Yaesu FT450D with a Tar Heel antenna. It's a Tar Heel HP100, and it's on the back of the car, and it's a head turner. A lot of people wonder what it's all about. Blah 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 blah." So you try to think like, oh, I've got wicked QRM. Oh, it's terrible, bad. Someone just stepped on you, and oh, the QSB is so bad. Oh, it's terrible, awful, blah, blah. Oh, God. Oh, man, I don't want to talk to you. You've got that coronavirus on your signal. Oh, God, just get away from me. And they sign off. If they don't know you're mobile, they won't sign off on you. Because if you're running a mobile signal and you tell them that, oh, it's like you're a disease. Oh, can't talk to you. Oh no, you're bad news. Yeah. You know, it's discriminating, but it's true. It's true. I don't know how many people I've talked to over the years, and I tell them I'm mobile right away. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want nothing to do with you. But there's one net I get onto, and when I'm mobile, like the Night Watch net there, on 71 192 kilohertz. Let's see, they come on at 4 o'clock every day, and you know, and most generally the net control stations will ask for QRP and mobile stations before the net, at the beginning of the net, because they want to get you in first. Get you in first before anybody else. And if you tell them you're mobile, they'll get you right in first. No problem. See you later. But there's other people that don't. I won't mention it. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all that sort of stuff. Thanks for watching. I hope I've helped you on your new mobile station or your existing mobile station. And remember, don't drink and drive while you're operating mobile, because that's an offense, and that's alcohol abuse. And we'd rather talk to you than read about you in the paper. So just don't drink and drive. Simple as that. If you're going to drink, have someone drive you. And then you can operate your rail. Get on the rail and go, boo, boo. Actually, I used to do that years ago. I'd be so cocked, you couldn't even, tongue would be so thick, you couldn't hear what I was saying. But never skipped a beat on CW. I don't understand why. But anyways, have a happy day. Try that again. I'm in too much of a hurry. I need to slow down. Okay. Have a happy Christmas and a Merry New Year. And we'll catch you again. Bye.